Jesus is sentenced to death. Early in the morning, Jesus was brought before Pontius Pilate. Pilate was to pass judgment on Jesus. Even though he thought Jesus was innocent, the pressure from the crowd was too much. They kept yelling at him to crucify Jesus. So Pilate, wanting to make the crowd happy, washed his hands of the situation and ordered Jesus away to be crucified.
Dear Jesus, help us to not let pressure from others lead us to do or say things we know are not right, even if it might be unpopular. Help us to trust, think, and act in ways that make you happy.
The second station, Jesus carries his cross. The soldiers who led Jesus away made fun of him, bullied him, and hurt him. They wove branches with long, sharp thorns into a crown and pushed it onto his head. Then they made him carry a heavy cross on his shoulders.
Dear Jesus, the soldiers were very mean and unkind to you. Sometimes you can be mean and unkind to others, especially to our own family and friends. Help us to be more patient and understanding with the way others think and feel. May we always try to treat others the way we want to be treated.
The third station, Jesus falls the first time. Jesus struggled to carry the heavy cross and he fell to the ground. With no one offering to help, the soldiers dragged him up and pushed him forward.
Dear Jesus, give us the courage to help others in need. Sometimes we worry too much about what others might think about us, that we feel not helping is the safest option. Give us holy boldness to do what is right, even in difficult situations.
The fourth station, Jesus meets his mother. Jesus hurried on while his mother Mary followed close by. She was unable to help. As Mary watched Jesus suffering, she felt great pain and sorrow too. Feeling the love from his mother gave Jesus the strength to continue his journey.
Dear Jesus, our families also go through painful events. Loved ones get sick, move away, or argue. Sometimes we also feel unable to help. But there is one thing we can always do. Like Mary, we can pray. Help us and guide us through difficult situations with our family.
The fifth station, Simon helps Jesus to carry the cross. As the soldiers led Jesus through the crowds, they grabbed a man called Simon. They put the cross on Simon's shoulders and made him carry it with Jesus.
Dear Jesus, sometimes we must do things we find hard or would rather not do, like helping someone we don't know at school, jobs at home, or being polite to someone who is unkind. Help us to see these situations as opportunities to help you carry your cross while helping others.
The sixth station, Veronica wipes the face of Jesus. A woman called Veronica was also in the crowd. She could see that Jesus' head was bleeding. Although afraid of what others might say to her, she reached out to gently wipe the blood from Jesus' face.
Dear Jesus, it can be difficult to stand out from the crowd, even if that is to do something like how someone no one else wants to. Give us the courage to do the right thing, even when it unpopular. Instead of being proud followers, help us lead the crowd to you.
The seventh station, Jesus falls the second time. The soldiers ordered Jesus to move on, but he didn't get very far. Jesus was in great pain, and he fell to the ground for the second time.
Dear Jesus, sadly there are children in the world who, through sickness or injury, know what it is like to feel pain. We pray for them and for those who care for them. May they be filled with love and strength needed to face each day.
The eighth station. Jesus meets the woman of Jerusalem. In the crowd that followed Jesus, there were some women and children. They stayed close to Jesus as he struggled by. They felt his sadness and cried tears for him.
Dear Jesus, even though you do not know these women, you still treated them with kindness and empathy. We are not always good at extending the same kindness to those in our lives. Help us to be kind and patient with others, whether they are friends, strangers, or people who we do not get along with at school.
The ninth station, Jesus falls the third time. The journey to Calvary was almost done, but the weight of the cross seemed to get heavier with every step. Jesus was sad and tired, and for the third time, he fell to the ground.
Dear Jesus, sometimes we feel knocked down and low when we're finding something difficult to learn, when people are unkind, or when we keep getting things wrong. It is hard to pick ourselves up and carry on. Help us to remember that when we feel like giving up, you are there to help us try again.
The 10th station. Jesus is stripped of his clothes. After Jesus had picked himself up, the soldiers led him on to a hill called Calvary. It was here that Jesus would be crucified. When they finally arrived at Calvary, the soldiers pulled the clothes from Jesus' body.
Dear Jesus, it is horrible to be embarrassed on purpose. You taught us that we are all God's children. Everyone is important and should be treated well. Help us always remember this in what we do and say.
The 11th station, Jesus is nailed to the cross. Nearing high noon, the soldiers forced Jesus' bruised and exhausted body onto the cross. To secure him to the wood, they used hammers to drive nails through his hands and feet. Through the pain and torture, Jesus cried out, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing."
Dear Jesus, I have lived at you to the smallest cut of my finger. How can we possibly understand the pain of everything you went through? Nails going through your hands and feet, thorns piercing your head, being scourged at a pillar, carrying a cross heavy enough to bear the sins of the world. Help us to forgive others, especially when we are hurt and upset. Help us to heal from everything that hurts us, physically, emotionally, and spiritually.
The 12th station. Jesus dies on the cross. After 6 hours on the cross, at around 3 in the afternoon, Jesus cried out, "Father, into your hands I place my spirit," and he breathed his last breath.
station, Jesus is taken down from the cross. Joseph of Arimathea, a secret follower of Jesus, asked for permission to take Jesus' body from the cross. With help from some other followers, Joseph gently brought Jesus down and laid him in the arms of his mother.
Dear Jesus, Joseph understood that even when someone has died, you must still treat them with love and respect. You place in your loving arms those who have died. May we continue to show our love for them through our prayers and our actions.
The 14th station, Jesus is laid in the tomb. Jesus' friends carried his body to a tomb in a nearby garden. After they had laid the body aside, the soldiers came and sealed the entrance with a large, heavy stone.
Dear Jesus, you teach us that God's love is so great that not even death can end it. Your life, death, resurrection, and love, healing, and salvation for our broken lives and broken world. Help us share this love, the love that brings life in every way I can. Amen.
We want to thank you guys and everyone for praying the stations with us. Thank you to the parents for being able to come, to the bishop, the priest, the deacon, for your attendance. And at this moment, I'd like to invite the bishop to come say a few words.